What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. Cynthia G has gotten kicked off of YouTube, and we are in the knowledge of that. I want to talk about something that is very important right now, and that is most of the brothers, even Tariq Nasheed, Corey Holcomb, they're not even going as hard as they could be. All right, brother Tariq and Corey Holcomb, somewhat, I'm not saying they just going, they are going in to a certain degree for sure, but they're not being hateful with her being demonetized. See, that's the difference between black men and some of these black female content creators. They're not even going after her fan base and calling them nothing. It's just dealing with the facts, right? But now I've noticed that Corey Holcomb and Kevin, even me, Tariq Nasheed, we've given her a certain level of humanity in this process, right? We haven't gone after her family. We haven't gone after her kid. And for me, I ain't called her no names. Now, that's different with Corey and Tariq, but I ain't really called her no names, right? But guys, do you remember when Kevin Samuels died, and the hateful things that Cynthia G said about Kevin Samuels? I want you guys to hear this clip, and then I'm going to come back.
Hey guys, I wanted to come on here to go over a video that was sent to me. And listen, I don't want to talk about worm food, kitten in heels. I really don't. I don't want to talk about a bandit who had multiple failed marriages, who was unhealthy, who had a low value life and subsequently a low value funeral. I don't want to talk about a bandit who croaked on top of a throwback because he was so unhealthy. And I called out the fact that he was so unhealthy that his low value heart simply gave out. I don't want to talk about a bandit who became the father of all bandits to some daddy deprived riding struggle bandits who are desperate for a daddy, so they'll jump on any and cyber slurp it that they can find. I don't want to talk about this, but I got a video here that does a great job of illustrating black women's pathology. It does a great job of illustrating the level of conditioning, the black male worship, the low self-value, and black women's willingness to do anything to get validation from a bandit who ultimately has nothing to offer her. Black women's willingness to do anything to be able to marry a bandit so she can get stuck in poverty, brag on the internet, all for the sake of being able to say she had a husband, yet it's a 90% chance that she's going to be extremely miserable in that relationship. I don't want to talk about this, but this video is an excellent example of what is wrong with the pathology of black women and why these struggle bandits won't change, why they're not motivated to change, and why they see no value in a group of women who continue to worship them despite their nothing as status in society. And y'all know I wasn't one that watched the Kitten in Heels, but what I do know is that he was popularized by a bunch of bandits who ignored his existence when he was telling him how to get the track marks out of their drawers, how to get the crust out of their eyes and the stains from between their teeth. They didn't like him then, but the moment that he decided he wanted to upgrade his not even average at best but low value existence, because when he was married he couldn't even provide for his wife, he decided to jump on the internet and do what all these bandits do and use black women as a means to accumulate revenue. And he was very successful in doing that because he understood black female pathology and he also understood black male pathology. I never watched the Kitten in Heels. There is not one episode of his that I watched, and quite frankly, I couldn't understand, beyond black male worship and the low self-esteem of black women, why they would go to a struggle bandit, a failed one, who was in his 50s and wasn't even smart enough to take care of his own health, as he's sitting up there telling black women to take care of their health and lose weight in order to become validated. The bottom line is Worm Food Samuels was as much of a walking contradiction as any of these struggle bandits are. While they'll sit up and talk about black women need to step away from the table and they're obese, and they'll sit up and they'll even post the obesity rates, but what they won't tell you is that they're the most broke broke, obese demographic on the planet. In addition to them costing the government $50 billion a year by being broke, if you look at the obesity rates, it doesn't just apply to Black women who, by the way, bear children, but it applies to the struggle bandits as well. You would think they were the most in shape demographic, but they are not. But the reality is they don't have to think about losing weight. They don't have to think about bettering themselves. They don't have to think about getting any money. They don't have to think about any type of self-improvement, because what they know, just like the clip in the beginning that you heard, is that Black women are always going to choose them, and it doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter how toxic they are. It doesn't matter how harmful they are. It doesn't matter how abusive, broke, busted, and disgusted, nothing as they are. Black women are still going to tolerate.
So do you guys hear that hatred? Do you hear that animosity towards a man who has never said anything to her? I've talked to Kevin Samuels multiple times. He was aware of Cynthia G. We all know Cynthia G. I don't even have a clip of Kevin Samuels on YouTube even acknowledging her. Even acknowledging her, guys. I'm going to be honest. Even acknowledging her. Even disrespecting her, calling her a name. Yet when this man passed away, she was saying evil things like that. This is a Black woman, right? Now look who gets revenge from the grave. I've seen it twice in the last 3 months. Fresh and Fit. He predicted they would one day get demonetized. He told me. He was like, they ain't even got to take them down, they'll get demonetized. Now, what he probably didn't predict was that they were going to get monetized on Rumble and will still be doing fairly well. But he did predict this. But also, I want to deal with the fact that vitriol and hatred for Black men to disrespect somebody when they have died. Did you know that Cynthia G lost a brother around the same time that Kevin Samuels died? And none of us in the Black male content creator community made videos making fun of that? You have silly YouTubers here, men and women, out here making fun of people when they have sickness or they have illness or they die. There's a few guys in particular who do that, and they think it's funny. Talk about smoking on the packs of guys and all this other stuff. I don't know why they think that they're gonna live forever, because it's called death. You live to die. You know, I don't get, see, some of these guys are so, and women are so untalented on the platform that, you know, they got to make fun of somebody who's doing better than them on the platform because, you know, they're just so evil and so hateful in their own personal life, they can't achieve anything. So they go around, you know, saying silly stuff like that. And Cynthia G, despite having a lot of views, she was one of them, okay? She hated Black men so much. She hated Black men's success so much. She hated the fact that somebody, okay, that somebody was doing well, bringing Black people together, Black men and Black women, above their poison. Okay, this is what we're talking about. Now, I also want to talk about, you know, this whole situation and everything like that when it comes to this, because this is going to be very important. How is your hatred for Black men helping you? Or your hatred for Black women helping you? It's one thing I said, like, to say something one time, you know, you just ranting or whatever once, but to have a continuous hatred for Black men or Black women, does that help you at all? Like, I just really want to know, as a person that, and again, it's okay to get mad. You're talking about a subject, you're talking about this, you're talking whatever, but every goddamn time, this is your attitude. Somebody dies and it's your ability to make fun of them and their passing, to disrespect their family, and then now look at you. You gotta go fund me. You know, don't you got a kid? Don't you have a brother? Like, y'all don't think about y'all got people that y'all love in y'all life? Like, God forbid, when her brother died and we found out about it, yeah, we could have been like, well, see, it's what you get for making fun of such and such. No. That was off limits. Because see, in these days, y'all got a sick fan base. All right. And as much as some of my fans would love to see me do that, I will never make fun of somebody that passed away. I have enemies on this platform. I hate them. Some of y'all know who they are. If they died today, I won't make a video talking bad about them. I won't say nothing at all. Now, if you personally know me and it come up, that's going to be different. It could be different. But for me to come out here and say, you know what, since that person died, F them. What kind of stuff is that? Especially somebody who never said nothing to you. What kind of man or woman is that person? What kind of idiot is that? It doesn't make any sense. And it is so silly. It is so hateful. All of which, in my honest opinion, makes absolutely no sense. And now look at you. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Appreciate you for all you. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.